I am Atlas. My name is Humberto Kaufman. What I enjoy the most about bodybuilding is the opportunity of self-improvement. It's a never-ending journey of self-awareness and setting challenges for yourself and achieving those challenges and continue to grow forward. I believe life, the essence of life is growth, not only in the muscular aspect, but every single aspect in life. So we should always, in my opinion, strive for continuous growth in every single aspect of life.
Talk about some of your major achievements.
So I was able to achieve that title in 2016 in the category of bodybuilding, and last year I was able to attain that title as well in a different category, still in the sport of bodybuilding, but it's called Classic Physique. So I hold two provincial championship titles in that regard.
Michael, what do you enjoy most about bodybuilding?
I think for me the challenge of competing is the most interesting and the most enjoyable aspect of bodybuilding. It really pushes you to another level that just going to the gym on my own, I don't think I would have ever accomplished.
Humberto, why don't you talk about some of Michael's achievements to date in bodybuilding?
He won his Masters category, it was in 2016, I believe.
How important is fitness and bodybuilding in your life right now?
Obviously it's very important because right now outside of work, my life revolves around coming to the gym and training. So for me it's my way of relaxing. It's the way I kind of let the rest of the stress go throughout the day. And obviously I enjoy it, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it.
Dr. Alexandra Heberger.
And she is from Germany.
Yeah, you can hear.
What do you enjoy most about bodybuilding?
Bodybuilding, I love the challenge. I like pushing myself. I'm not a person that likes sitting around. I'm a very goal-driven person, and bodybuilding is just a perfect sport for that. I have 2 overall Manitoba titles for physique and figure. I also won the Canadian Nationals last year in both of my categories. I won the North Americans, that's Canada, the States, and Mexico the year before that. And I placed 4th in the world at the Arnold's, which is the biggest bodybuilder show in the world last year. And I'm going to actually head to that one in 1.5 weeks again.
I love the challenges of it every single day. It's like a huge mental game with your diet. You're constantly challenging yourself with like the different weights. You can always go heavier, you can never beat the weights, right?
He was on the most competitive men's physique class. He was a really stacked class of, I believe it was 12 athletes. Men's physique is a very tough class because it can get a little bit subjective. They're looking for the overall package. It's not only the physique but the overall look as well. And he was able to beat everyone in that class, luckily. So that was I think a very big achievement.
So maybe this is a question for both Coach and Brendan. What are your short-term goals within the next year or so?
I would I would like to place well in provincials, which is the next show that I'll be doing, and then after that, see how things go. Hopefully.
I am Katrina Zhbanova. I'm a full-time nurse and bikini competitor, and this is my coach, Alberto Kaufman. Certainly the challenge that you have to overcome, it's finding out the new weak points and overcoming them and becoming something bigger, something that I did not expect out of myself to be able to achieve or overcome. In 2017, I did international world qualifiers, and I got first place out of 21 girls, and that was my biggest one. And then after that, it was to do an international show and getting top 3. That was another huge achievement for me.
So she's a national champion. That's basically what it is.
Coach, maybe let's talk a little bit about some of the short-term goals that you want to achieve.
Well, we have at least 3 competitions laid out for this year. Our goal is always to look better than we did in the previous competition. Again, bodybuilding is a never-ending pursuit of improvement. To put it more black and white, I think I would like to be the placing of the same, because we're doing shows this year that we did last year as well, right? We try to keep climbing up the ladder when it comes to placing. So ideally, a better placing. But as long as the overall physique and the package that is brought to stage is better, that is, that would be a short-term goal for the purpose of this year.
It's funny, normally people in bodybuilding would think, maybe my shoulders, my back, or my hamstrings. For me, it's actually mentality, because if you get your mindset right, you can carry on with this sport for a long time. It's not just day in and day out of gym. It's 24 hours around the clock that you have to make sure that your diet is on point, your rest is on point, and your training is on point. So, and your mentality, your mindset has to be set up for that, and you constantly have to train.
We're here with 2017 drug-free national bikini champ, Katrina Zhbanova. Today we're going to talk about nutrition, why is it important, and how you can go about taking that first step towards a healthier lifestyle. So Katrina, you've been competing for about 3 years now.
Yep.
Obviously the nutrition part is very important in the whole process.
Mm-hmm.
But my question to you is, what made you decide to take that first step and pay more attention to your nutrition in the first place?
Okay, so first place, I remember going to university and doing school, studying and whatnot, and I noticed that every time I eat, I needed to take a nap, and I was like, oh, it's just because I'm tired from university. But then all of a sudden it was happening like every time I ate, I needed a nap. I ate, I needed a nap. I'm like, whoa, like I'm 18 and I'm getting really tired. So I thought it was like, okay, maybe the source of my energy is not adequate to give me, energy to even stay awake or study. So over time, that was on my mind, and later down the road, then I was like, okay, well, let's get fit and do something with this. And then I remember thinking, okay, well, maybe this is a perfect opportunity to learn about nutrition aspect of it and see how it complements me. Not so I eat every time and want to sleep. I want to go work out. And that's how it started, yeah.
What would you say was the biggest challenge you encountered when you first began taking care of your nutrition?
Well, there were a few. The very first one for me was how much time it takes to prepare meals for a week. And I don't think I was doing it for the week. I was doing it for a couple of days ahead, and then next thing you know, I have to do it again. It just takes such a slow process. By the time you figure little tricks, little tips, how to make the most at once, and but once you get going, that part becomes easier. Another one is when you started in your diet, you're thinking, oh, diet, limited calories, less. But you're actually full, and it was first day, second day, I couldn't finish my meals. I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna, carry on with this? And but with training and keeping up with it, that food is not enough anymore.
Yeah, one of the main things I believe is consistency. And the reason we have these little props right here is to give you a little bit of a visual of, what your weekly or daily intake of food could look like if you prepare for it. Preparation is definitely paramount when it comes to succeeding, following, whether it's a set nutrition plan or even if it's a little bit flexible and you're trying to get to whether it's fat loss or muscle gain. The nutrition aspect and preparing for it, it's crucial. So if you don't prepare for it, it is very likely that you will fail. And this is something that happens every single week for her. She preps her meals for the next at least 3-4 days. This is a weekly thing, and that is how she ensures that she continues to progress. So that's something very, very, very important to take into consideration. It is work, but you also have to keep in mind that if you're not happy with your current physique, with your current body, with your current situation, keep in mind that it's taking your body a certain amount of time to get up to that point. So it's going to take time and also effort to get you out of that point towards where you want to go. Also, one very important thing to keep in mind is we're not only doing this for whether it's fat loss or muscle gain. We're really doing this. We're like following a healthier lifestyle. It's for the sake of longevity. We want to live longer. We want to live healthier, better, feeling better, not only looking better. So whenever someone is trying to sell you the quick fix and lose X amount of pounds in very short amount of time, I would consider that to be a red flag, because it's not sustainable, first of all, and chances are they are doing just that, trying to sell you something where it's most likely, one, not going to work, two, not going to be good for you in the long run. So keep that in mind. Anything you'd like to add to that?
No, I don't think so. I mean, these are just the meals that I prepared for. It would be about a 2-day meal. I try to go for 3 days. As you're meal prepping, it's a challenge at first, but it does get much, much easier after you learn, your ways and just get used to this. In the long run, like you're thinking, oh, I can't spend 2-3 hours meal prepping. But honestly, you meal prep your meals for the 3-4 days. You don't have to wash dishes every single day. You don't have to worry about it for the other days, and you have time to yourself, which becomes very important, because now you're eating healthy, you're training, you actually have more energy, and now you're gonna enjoy things. So for me, it was just after a little while, after I started competing, the diet, the training, it was no brainer for me. I was like, this is a lifestyle. This is not just cross this off a bucket list. This is my life now, and my family eats it. Everybody in the household that's how we operate now.
Yeah, it is really about time management. You'll be surprised at what you can do when you actually take a look at your day and every single thing is planned out. And we all have 24-hour days. Yes, some jobs are more demanding or longer hours than others, but we know a lot of people that have full-time jobs, sometimes double shifts, and they're still able to do it. It's a matter of realizing how important it is to you. The main reason a lot of people don't go about doing certain things is because they don't believe in them necessarily. So once you understand the importance of this and you truly believe in it, then your mentality changes towards it. So that's another thing that is definitely important to keep in mind. Also, progress is never linear. It's never going to go consistently upwards and better every single time. There will be times in which there are going to be ups and downs. You're going to get a little bit of an obstacle and a little bit of a hole, but you shouldn't allow that to just ruin the rest of a day or ruin the rest of a week or just your entire plan and what you set out to do. It's take it for what it is. It's a little bit of a hiccup, and then get yourself together and go back to what you were doing. You wouldn't be the only one that has difficulties. Everyone goes through difficulties, whether it's a person that is just starting in this lifestyle or trying to get better and follow a healthier nutrition, or whether it's a seasoned professional bodybuilder that has been doing it for years. It doesn't necessarily you never get to do it to perfection. It does get a little bit easier as you do it, but you're always going to encounter difficulties, whether it's cravings, whether it's one day perhaps you got up a little bit later, you weren't able to have breakfast or cook for the day when you had planned to. So keep that in mind. So don't let that demotivate you, and just continue with your eyes set on the goal. So, thank you very much for taking the time to listening to us today.
Yeah, and we hope you find some of this information or any of it useful and, apply it to your life. And, good luck to you. It's hard at the beginning, but you'll get it done.
Hopefully it'll motivate you. Thank you.
A 7-day-a-week co-ed facility that's been operating in downtown Winnipeg for the last 21 years continuously. We're the only privately owned fitness institution in downtown Winnipeg with that track record. We have a physiotherapy clinic on site, we have massage services on site, there's personal training available for members. Most members, there are about 500 of them at the club, work out independently after they've had some instruction that's complimentary and included with their membership purchase. So my staff have kinesiology degrees from either the University of Winnipeg or the University of Manitoba and are trained in fitness. So you're not getting somebody who has a 24-hour, 3-day weekend course to learn about fitness. You have people who have 4 years of post-secondary education in fitness. And we'll work with you one-on-one to design a program that's going to help you achieve a better quality of life, have a better fitness level. If you're dealing with an illness or an injury, then we'll actually able to design something suitable for your particular needs, given that you might have a history of injuries or pain that you're dealing with. The club itself has a majority of adult population, so we're not really that suited for a younger population under 16. You're going to find that when you come to the club, the age group ranges anywhere from about 22 to 90. So we have a 90-year-old member who recently just had his birthday. He can still at 90 years old, is fully ambulatory and does a 90-pound lat pull down at 90. Not too many of us are going to get to that crazy landmark. And we have a woman this year who on Wednesday is going to have her 90th birthday, and she is also working out with weights and working out with cardio 3 days a week, and again, fully ambulatory, fully cognitively intact at 90 years old, partially because she's been investing in her own wellness. So at the club, we have the staff available to actually facilitate you participating in your own wellness. We're here to help guide you and to give you the mechanisms to manage your own fitness level and progress towards your own goals. If you so choose that having intermittent training from the staff isn't enough and that you need some motivation once a week to check in with somebody to help get you back into a lifestyle that's healthy, that is now a habit that you can do on your own independently. You can work with personal trainers. There's a number of independent personal trainers who work in the club, and I can give you lists of people who've worked very successfully depending on the type of training you're looking for. We'll match you with somebody who is specialized in that type of training. And then I'll give you several people's names and contact information, and you can call them and see who you click with. So we also do some complimentary training if you come in for one of your 2 free visits, because we'll allow anyone who comes and lives in the city of Winnipeg or the surrounding area and is maybe working in the downtown area, because they're our captive market, we'll let you come in twice on a complimentary basis. If you've never trained anywhere else before, that's not particularly helpful. So we are not a jungle gym that's an adult playground and you give me money and you come in and try to figure out what to do. You could come in on a complimentary day to test out the club, see what facilities we have to offer, and if you need it, we will book an appointment in advance and have somebody spend an hour time with you. They'll do 2 lower body exercises, 2 upper body exercises, teach you how to do some cardiovascular equipment, and you'll experience what it would be like to do some exercise at the club. If, however nice we were, that wasn't suitable for you, then go and do hot yoga, go and rock climb, go and do something that you don't hate, because no matter how much we're helpful and we might make it easy for you to digest the information we're trying to give you, and we're convenient to your workplace or your residence, if you don't like coming and doing weights, then go and do something that you enjoy a little bit. But if you can at least tolerate what we're doing, we can guarantee that you're going to have a better quality of life. You're going to experience better benefits in doing your activities that you like to do. If you like to golf or curl or go running outside, you're going to be better equipped to do those things and stay uninjured. And even though we have fitness facilities here and physiotherapy clinic and massage services, our hope is that you don't actually need those things. But if you do, because you've been golfing or curling or running, we have those things available. It's a one-stop shop. There's also relaxation services available at the club. So we have a 16.6 meter lap pool so that you can offload your joints if you're doing any endurance activities. We have a co-ed steam room. We're one of the only places in Winnipeg that has a co-ed steam room, so if you're coming with your partner, you're welcome to come and relax together. Our whirlpool is open 7 days a week. We close it every Tuesday to drain and clean and change the water, but then it's back up by the evening. So on a regular basis, people know what we're doing when, and they can predict how to manage their own workouts and come when is convenient for them. One of the staff on the counter, so the staff on the counter have kinesiology degrees. One of the staff on the counter is also a registered dietitian. So again, as you can book personal training with independent trainers at the club, Chiwe Asagwara runs nutrition classes in the building, and they're advertised in the club. And again, that's a pay for service, but you can also book her to do diet planning and meal planning, and she does an exceedingly good job with her clients at the club, and she also has her own website that's up and is linked to the club's website. So if we don't provide the services with your membership, we will have trained professionals here and available for you that you could book them independently, and there is a cost certainly, but most of the clients find that if nutrition is the big blocking point for why they're not getting the wellness benefits that they want, then it's well worth your time and money to go and see somebody who's trained in that field to give you the guidelines and the tools that you need to get that part of the fitness back in line, because we can train you as much as you want, but if your meal and eating plan is still bad, you're still going to be unwell or having periods where you're stopping because you're feeling less able to participate. Whereas the clients who are managing their nutrition and they're managing their activity and they're getting sufficient rest and they're changing their programs frequently because they're taking advantage of some of the training staff's knowledge, those are the ones who have the greatest success. So we've had people who've lost enormous amounts of weight because they've done all those components. Other clients are just managing their fitness so that they can control their stress, so that they're not one of the people who collapses at their desk at their workplace, that they're actually able to go to work, manage their stress level, perhaps have a workout at lunch, and then go back to the office for the balance of their day and not go postal on somebody. All of those things are things that we do and participate with, and our clientele that's one of the reasons we're still here for 21 years, because our clientele have been with us that long. They're really enjoying the benefits from being at the club. They're enjoying the fact that it's non-pressured. My staff are not on commission. You don't need an appointment to come in and tour the club at any point in time. You can come in and do that any day that we're open. We have a bike rack that's in our parkade area. It's a locked cage so that our members who are trying to involve themselves in active transportation can do that safely, and their bike is still there at the end of their workout. We have full shower facilities in the club as well, so it's not a smaller club that comes in and is open 24 hours, but has minimal locker room amenities. We have full locker room amenities. We have permanent locker rental for our members. So if that's something that you wish to take advantage of, there is a fee for it. But again, it's something else that can make your workouts easy, because you have toiletries here ready for you, so you can come in, get your workout done, get washed up and ready to go back to your workplace. Approximately 500 members at the club. Yes, there are times when the club is busy, particularly 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, but we have sign-up sheets on all of our cardio equipment so that people can share the equipment and play nicely. Most of the time, we're successful. On the odd occasion, because we do have people who come into the club from hotels who may have made their first time at the club and they may be unfamiliar with those systems, we've had the odd ruffle, but usually they're really easy to fix, and we manage to get everybody sharing, playing nicely, and enjoying the fact that they're in the company of other people who are also trying to live a healthy lifestyle.